Hi guys, Tasha here. I am now in Miami. I was in Clearwater for a couple of days, Florida, and just decided that it wasn't quite the vibe I was looking for. So here I am in Miami, and it feels a lot more like home to me than Clearwater did. Clearwater didn't feel right. I ended up like getting a hotel or a motel and like literally sleeping an entire day. So I'm gonna do a reading here for you. Let's see what we got. All right, what kind of messages do we have for whoever is watching right now? 5 of Cups on the bottom. Regret, failure, disappointment. All right, Spirit, what kind of message do you have for the viewer today? The Hanged Man. Pause and surrender. New perspective. New perspective about what? Teamwork. 3 of Pentacles. Learning, collaboration, building something. Tell me more. Ten of Pentacles. Wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, contribution. These are both pentacles that came out. A new perspective on wealth or how to build wealth. Tell me more. Chariot in reverse. Self-discipline, opposition, lack of direction, lack of control, aggression, arrogance, carelessness. Maybe you've been quite careless about what you're spending money on. I don't think spending money is an issue at all. I just think that there are some things that have more value to spend on rather than other items. Sometimes you think buying all these little things is going to help your life be better, and sometimes they do. But I know from my previous past that I spent way more money on things that I thought was going to basically heal the inner me. Like, oh, my life's gonna be so much better after I do this. 2 of Swords, difficult decisions, avoidance, weighing options. So this might already be a thought in your mind. This might already be a thought in your mind that, man, maybe like there isn't enough value to what I'm spending money on. 8 of Swords. Entrapment, negative thoughts, imprisonment. You might also feel a prisoner to finances. I don't think that's uncommon. Wheel of Fortune, good luck, karma, turning point, inevitable fate, unpredictable. You might be a little bit unpredictable when it comes to finances, but there's also that marker of a turning point, and maybe this is that little bit of connection you needed. A lot of times people want readings to be all positive. At the end of the day, what it's meant to do is help you grow. So it's really a point of introspection to see where in your life is there almost like a lack or an imbalance, and it's helping to find a balance. So not every single reading is going to be super positive. The Hermit in reverse. Isolation, loneliness, withdraw, resignation, distance, lost your way. So what you're spending money on, it might actually, as soon as you spend it, like, do you end up feeling bad? That's also not uncommon. Queen of Cups in reverse. Inner feelings, insecurity, codependency on items, codependency on just like anything that you think is going to make a more positive impact. I used to, let me see, what did I spend money on? So much money on clothes. Like insane at some points. Even like Victoria's Secret hauls. Like, dude, you don't need that much stuff. And for me, I thought it made me feel better internally. And at the end of the day, I just felt kind of stressed out that I spent the money on that rather than, I don't know, saving it and like, or spending it on something that actually would have a more positive influence. Like, I never really took trips or anything like that, and trips can be something that's really positive. I'd also get close to like being low on rent, and that's not a fun feeling. Let's see, what may the viewer feel about finances right now? What does the viewer feel about finances? How do they feel about finances? The Fool. New beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, pleasure. So that's really positive that you have, if this reading resonates with you, you have a positive look on finances, that there's possibilities and opportunities when it comes to that. That's good. What else? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Recovery from financial loss, spiritual poverty, charity, improvement. Maybe you're looking at different ways of how you can feel better financially. Maybe you're already making choices to see in what way you can look at finances in a positive. A lot of us feel really small when it comes to money. And it's easy to do, especially when you place that on your value. I don't believe that money is what your value is. I believe that the kind of human being you are is where you hold value. Are you a good person? Are you caring? Are you kind? Respectful? That's way more valuable to me than money. Let's see. What's happening in the near future with these finances for whoever's watching? The Hierophant in reverse. Freedom. Generosity. Going against the grain. Personal beliefs. I'm being drawn to generosity. In some point, whether you're a person who already gives or does not, I'm not asking you to give if you're in a really tough financial place. What I will say is, when you give, you end up receiving more. So maybe this is your call, like, you usually don't really tip at restaurants, like maybe you want to actually give like a decent tip, you know. I don't like to go under 20%. Three of Swords in reverse. Releasing pain, forgiveness, optimism, recovery, moving on. Moving on from the restrictions that you feel from money and finances. Into what? What comes after the heartbreak? The High Priestess. High morals. Intuition. Divine feminine. Being fully connected to yourself. Two of Pentacles. Multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. Take a moment to think about the things that really matter to you. If you're spending a lot of money on Amazon or whatever and just like buying a bunch of stuff all the time, is it really filling what you want it to fill? Like there's some kind of void there that you want to fill with these items. But I want you to ask yourself, even though it's hard, what is the void that I'm trying to fill? One piece of advice that I can give you, and this is something I heard from a teacher in high school, is 1441 on the clock, is if you really like an item, you see an item you like, don't buy it right away. Give it 3 days. And if you are like still nonstop thinking about it 3 days later, then buy it. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Self-care, unpaid debts, one-sided charity, strings attached, power and domination. Are you possibly in a lot of debt because of those choices? I don't blame you. Just something to recognize and make the decision that maybe you do know what you're doing and you have a plan, and that's totally cool. Some other people on here, they might not have the same ideas. Three of Wands. Preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, overseas opportunities. Be open to opportunities. Preparation makes progress. So, in foresight, can you see financial differences coming in, or is there a way that you can try to receive more? Ten of Swords. Painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, defeat. You may feel that you're at a point of failure. I want to wind it back to what I said earlier. I don't believe that money is your value. We have a lot more value than money. Like, what if money didn't exist, right? I know it does, but Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, providing financially, practical, a working parent. Nurture what you have. More isn't always more. More can actually stress you out. When I was moving, like starting my journey here to Florida and getting rid of everything in my apartment, I can't tell you how free that felt. Less is more. A lot of the times. Let's see, 2 cards came out. 5 of Cups came out again. And the 6 of Wands in reverse. Regret on what you have spent your finances on. And it's probably coming from a lack of confidence or your ego. It's not to call you out, it's just to recognize, right? How do we get out of our financial burdens? What do we need to get out of our financial burdens? Page of Cups. Creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, new love. What's a creative type of thing that you're interested in? Like, are you into arts? What kind of arts are you into? Is there some way that you could possibly make finances from that? Be open to offers? What else? Knight of Wands. Passion project. Work on your passion. What is your passion? What's something that makes you like really happy and time just flies while you do it? Like you're like, whoa, I just spent 4 hours doing that? That's insane. Right? Do you have anything like that? 8 of Cups in reverse. Trying one more time. Avoidance. Fear of loss. If you're doing something you love and really enjoy, is there loss in that? I don't think so. I think that's time well spent. 21:12 on the clock. Mirroring numbers. What is a final message that whoever is watching could really benefit from? Lost that one. 5 of Wands. Competition. Conflict, disagreements, rivalry. What have I told you about competition? You don't have any. You're your only competition. There could be 100 people. There could be 1,000 people. There could be 1,000,000 people doing the same thing you do. But if you believe that you are right within that passion and power, believe it. And you will come of. Something will come of it. Focus on that passion. Anything else? Death on the bottom in reverse. Stagnation. Do you already have something in your mind that you've been thinking about? Do you already have a passion in your mind that you've been thinking about, but you haven't started it? Here's your call to start it. Cut it to the Knight of Cups. Creativity, imagination, following the heart. You got it. Like, for real. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever passion it is that you're thinking about, there is possibility to gain money from it, okay? You got to dedicate yourself. You've got to love what you're doing. For me, there's a lot of people that can make money not loving what they're doing. For me, I'm not interested in that. Pass. Right? So, whatever it is that you feel really passionate about, that you want to do for your life, I want you to really consider it, and I want you to just take even a small step. I wasn't expecting anything else to come out, and I got 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and Ace of Wands in the reverse. And that what that's telling me is, this says 7 of Pentacles in reverse is lack of long-term vision. Ace of Pentacles, lost opportunity. And Ace of Wands, delays, lack of motivation, lack of passion. So you tell me, are you having delays and lack of action? That's what I was just talking about. King of Swords in reverse on the bottom. Inner truth, quiet power, callous, weakness. What's holding you back? More than likely, it's just you, if I'm being really honest. Cut it to the Star in reverse. Lack of faith. Do not have faith in it. Because I bet you if you did and you really believed in yourself and you believed in your vision, that it will come true. I'm going to leave that here with you guys. Kind of a heavy reading. I want you to know that I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in yourself. And you have the power and the vision to create your reality. Nobody else gets to create your reality for you. You get to create it. With that, I love you all so much. I hope you have the most beautiful day. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.